say something?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Just start. Okay. Ready. Hello everyone. Today we have the interview with Hendrik Venter, so he's CEO DHL Supply Chain Central and Eastern Europe. So hello and nice to meet you in our business mission.
Good morning. Thank you, and thank you for having this interview with me.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Hendrik, we have the typical question at the beginning for everyone the same. So I would like to ask you, do you remember if there was something in your childhood which differs you from the others?
That's an interesting question. I think I grew up in a very small village in a modest home with two siblings. Parents that gave us a lot of love and support and treated us with respect, but also told us that we can do and try anything. And we did. I think something that might have been different, I was always extremely competitive. So if it was in school, playing rugby, doing athletics, even playing board games with my family, I was extremely competitive, and that carried on. My wife normally jokes with me, even if we make the bed, it's a competition. So I think that was different, and maybe I was always buying and selling things. So even at school, I was trying to figure out what people needed. I supplied it at the price, of course, and that's where the passion for business came from.
And okay, tell me, how long are you working in corporation at all?
I joined a global corporate company in 1995, so that would be 24 years.
And what was your first job? So can you tell me that's the path of your career?
Yes. After completing my studies, in engineering studies, I decided to rather start my own business than trying to find a job. So my very first job was working for myself. I had the opportunity, with the backing of two partners, to supply a bit of working capital. As a student, I obviously didn't have a cent on me. I had the opportunity to buy a bankrupt wholesale fuel distribution business. The business basically distributed diesel fuel to farmers for their farming equipment. So I bought that business and agreed with the owner to pay him off over a number of months. So that was my first job, selling diesel to farmers.
Okay, but also in our, that interview with CEO, we would like to know that whole the path of the career till right now. So right now you are the CEO of the global corporation. So can you tell us the next step after you're selling this diesel?
Okay, so I had the business for a number of years, and then decided to sell the business, and we moved down to Cape Town in South Africa. That's where I'm from. When I'm down in Cape Town, I was waiting for another license to start the next business. And in the meantime, I decided to join a corporate company to see what it is like. And one project led to the next, and one job led to the next. I joined them in logistics to help them set up a distribution network in South Africa for a new range of products. And one thing led to the next, and then we moved with the same company from South Africa to the Netherlands, still in different logistics positions as logistics managers and operations and customer services, and then moved to Belgium, and from there we moved to Czech Republic. So with the company I was eventually the customer services and logistics director for Europe, Middle East and Africa. And I did that I stayed with them for 14 years. And then for personal reasons, I decided to take the family back to South Africa. And that's so I resigned from this company and I joined DHL, joined the board of directors in South Africa, supported them with a business turnaround. And I was only back in South Africa for 3 years, and then we left for Poland. So in Poland, I took the challenge as managing director for the DHL supply chain business. which also needed a business turnaround. And shortly after that, I took the CEO position for the region.
And tell me, because from my perspective, many people dream about being a CEO, especially big companies like you. So it was also your dream in the past?
I wouldn't say my dream was to be a CEO specifically, but I think from a young age I knew that I wanted to run my own business. I wasn't good at following orders. I was much better at leading, so I needed to make sure that I get in a position like that. So it was either running my own business or being in a lead position in a large company. But yeah, that was always an ambition.
Okay, and can you tell me what is the most challenging in this position? Do you think that is for everybody or just reserved for special group of people? I mean, for some skills or something like that?
You know, different people have different priorities, so not everybody might like the job. I think, you know, being a CEO comes with a tremendous amount of responsibility, comes with a tremendous amount of stress and long hours and making decisions which other people don't necessarily want to make. You need to be prepared to make decisions which impacts real people's lives. Not only the people working for us and in the company and directly for me, but also our customers and our customers' customers and end consumers. They can all be impacted by the decisions which you make. So it does come with a tremendous amount of responsibility, and you need to be comfortable taking risk. You know, try it. If you like it, then this might be for you.
Okay, and what you can, I mean that if someone would like to be a CEO, so can you tell what should they start from? I mean that maybe if someone is working at the company at the beginning or something on the different position and would like to, okay, I would like to try. So what is the best from your perspective to do?
Okay, it all depends from where you start and what is driving you. I think if you're just going for the title of CEO, I think you're heading the wrong path. But I think you need to aspire to further your career. Advice that I can give you there would be, you know, raise your hand. You know, make sure that people see you. Don't wait to be asked to get involved or support or something. But put your hand up and say, listen, you know what, I am ready and I want to get involved in something which is beyond my own scope of responsibility and my own area which I manage. I want to do something different. I want to get involved in something else. If you try taking some risks. Try getting involved in some of the projects which other people don't want to do. Go do it. If you like it, most probably you'll be very successful in it. And those are the type of things that get you visibility. And visibility is what gets you into the next position and can further your career. So don't wait. Put your hand up and say, you know what, I want to take a next step.
Okay, and also I checked that really your company in the last year is really growing, especially also in the Polish market, because I just checked here to be sure.
Yeah.
But tell me about the DHL supply chain. How today companies like yours are changing, because we are in the format of the digital transformation, etc. So.
Yes, we are all smack in the middle of Industry 4.0. It's a bit of a cliche, but the companies that can really adapt and be agile, those are the companies that really excel at the moment. And I think DHL is one of the companies that can do it. It's all about customer centricity, understanding where the market is going, where the industry is going, and what your customer needs specifically. If you can get that mixed right and you can adapt to that to provide that service, it really works and it helps us to stay ahead of the curve. But things that really drives change, specifically for our market, would be scarcity of people, specifically in Central Europe. We really struggle to find people to come and work for us. Unemployment is at record low levels. So we need to find how can we take technology and people and put them together to improve efficiency and productivity. Letting technology and robotics do the work which people don't want to do, or do the work which is sometimes unsafe, or to get people to perform their jobs better. The people that's working for us, we need to get them to add value and not to do simple repetitive things. So scarcity of people, definitely digitalization. And there it is. The companies that's really successful and moving very fast, those are the companies that can take all this fantastic innovation and actually find an application for it and roll it out faster and implement it faster than your competitors. It's not about coming up with the most fancy idea. It's about taking the ideas that's out there, putting it into practice and rolling it out and start using it. I think that makes a big difference.
What is the future of the delivery? Do you think it is autonomous delivery, something like? What do you think?
Autonomous deliveries is definitely going to be something of the future. We're going to see it. I don't think it's going to change in a big bang. I think it's going to be something that is gradually going to start taking over. We live in a very complex environment and a complex world, so I don't think it will take over everything. But I do think there's a lot of scope for autonomous deliveries, and I do think that it is going to be part of delivery methodologies.
And also you mentioned about the innovation. So how your company creates the innovation? How you test it or something? That how to check the idea and I mean fast prototype and check if it's okay or not?
Yeah, I think specifically with DHL, we're the biggest contract logistics company in the world. So we also have a responsibility to make sure that we drive innovation and we have the capability and ability to support new innovation and ideas and take it from there to drive it through to adoption, which really makes it an exciting place to be. So we've got a startup lab. If I go one step back, we have a trend radar. So basically what we do is we look at all the trends that are out there and we're trying to determine when are these trends most likely going to have an impact or start disrupting the logistics, contract logistics and supply chain businesses, and what that impact is going to be. And from that trend radar, we try to narrow it down and try to pick a few things which is going to make the needle move for us. And then we help develop and get those ideas to fruition. So we've got an innovation center where we can display some of the things that we are working on and the way that we see the future. But it's also pretty much up to us. We help decide and influence what the logistics future is going to look like.
That's great. Sounds good. And also tell me, what you know that I know that also you have fantastic people in team here in DHL.
Yes, I do.
Tell me, what is the most important for during the recruitment to your companies? Of course, knowledge is the one thing, but the different, I mean, that idea, something like that. So, what the potential candidate should know. What is the important for you?
Yes, you're right. Knowledge